Okie dokie again. Let's come all the way down to lie on our backs, on our mats, on the floor. Fabulous. Hands out, centre, hands to the tummy. Let's start. Yawning is not there. Let's start by taking that world's biggest breath in and then out. Taking that huge low breath in and then that slow, low breath out. Each time you breathe out, you're just letting your body just sink, relax and release. All that tension just ebbing away. Breath in. Breath out. And let's see if we can take this breath down to a 6 count in. Hand on your tummy, rise on. And then that 6 count out. 6 count in. 6 count out. Breathe 3. So letting the mind just focus on that breath. Feeling all that aggravation, irritation just flow out of your body. I know it's not yet 10 o'clock, but it's already through the roof. And I will breathe it out. I will be relaxed by the end of this. Take a deep breath in. And this time, as we exhale, we're just going to flex the feet. Next time we breathe in, we're going to point the toes, lengthen the fingertips all the way overhead. Stretching and lengthening the body from fingertips to toe tips. And then exhale, bring your arms down by the side and flex the feet. Let the inhale take it long. Have a bit of wiggle if it feels good. And before we exhale, flex the feet. There, final time, take it long. And this time as we exhale, we're going to scoot those knees all the way into the chest and hug them in. A little bit of rock and roll side to side if that feels good, or stillness if that feels better. From here, just circling those ankles all the way around, all the way, and let's circle those ankles all the way around the other way. Brilliant. And then from here, we're going to release the feet to the floor one at a time, taking the knees and ankles quite wide apart. And we're just gently going to let the knees rotate one way and the other, not down to the ground, but just a gentle waft, grass wafting in the breeze. It's my word of the day today, waft. How many times can I say waft in 1 hour? Brilliant. And then bringing the ankles together, the knees together. Let's take a supine twist. Take the knees all the way over or onto your stack of cushions, whatever works for you. And then turn the nose in the opposite direction. And breath in. And bring in one more breath here. And then we're gently going to press into those feet, bring those knees all the way up. And let's take our supine twist to the other side. So moving those stack of cushions over if you want to relax your legs on the stack of cushions. And just taking these over to where it feels good. Ooh, that was you snored again. And we're yawning at this end. Is anybody else yawning at your end? Yes. Taking that deep breath in. By the time. How fabulous. This time we're going to lengthen those legs long. We're going to take the arm all the way overhead. And then we're going to cross the left leg. We're going to reach it up in the air and we're going to cross it over the right leg and we're going to roll over onto our sides. Coming to lie all the way down on our toes. Have a little wiggle side to side. Check out how it's all feeling. And let's bring the heels all the way up into the bottom. Oh, yeah. We are ensuring we get proper oxygenation by yawning or breathing deep. You're the cracking of my knees. We're going to release the feet down to the floor. From here, we're going to inhale, and as we exhale next, we're going to rise up into a baby sphinx. Just a gentle one, gentle small one, slide those elbows in. Knickers are grounded. Inhale, stretch that tummy forward, and then lift up. Heads loosey-goosey, have a little shake. Brilliant. Keep those hip bones press down. And then gently release it all the way down. Fabulous. Bring those heels up to the bottom. Gentle move around in space. Brilliant. Slowly bring those feet all the way down to the floor. And again, let's inhale. And then exhale, rise up into that baby sit. Maybe a little higher this time, maybe not. Stretching forward, letting the shoulder blades slide up and down. Gentle shake of the head, make sure we're holding no tension there. The face, in the neck. Brilliant. And again, gently release it all the way down. Now we'll tucking the toes underneath it. Inhale, exhale. Bring ourselves up into our tabletop position. So once we're here, stuck nicely like a table, we're going to take a little look at our fingers. Hello, fingers. And let's turn them in. We're going to turn them inwards, fingertips facing each other. Have a gentle move back to you can see. Okay, fingertips are turned in. Take a gentle sway around to see how it feels. Brilliant. From there, we are going to take them out to 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Toe fingers facing out. Have a gentle move around. How does it feel? Maybe whack the tail. Maybe stillness. And then from here, we're going to turn the fingers 3 to 6 o'clock. Now, feeling both to 6 o'clock doesn't work for you. You're taking 1 to 6, 1 to 12. Okay, then I want you to gently soften those elbows. Brilliant. And breathe, of course. Fabulous. And then gently unraveling. From here, we're going to bring the big toes together, taking the knees wide, sink it back into our extended child's pose. Arms are wide to the edge of the mat. Brilliant. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm boring Michelle to tears. She's yawning her head up. So hopefully Jen is also yawning. So it's then 3 of us against 2 of you who are not yawning. From here, take a gentle rock of the head side to side. Just make sure the head is supported on something, either on a mat, on your forearms, onto a cushion. Because biologically, if the head is supported in this position, then your pelvic floor will also relax. Otherwise, the pelvic floor is engaged as we try and hang on to the heavy weight of our head, which at this sort of angle makes that added 40 pounds. Added 40 pounds, sorry. Perceived 40 pounds. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Fabulous. Bring those knees all the way underneath. We're going to do our cats and cows. And we're going to take it rotisserie chicken style. So we're going to exhale, bring it up, take it over, Take the tummy down and across. Arch it up, over the top, down and across. Yes, it's Thursday morning. Yes, you're being silly. This is what Thursday mornings are all about. Take it over. Just be grateful you see my bum is going like this to the open window. So if somebody knocks on the window, they're going to go shock of their lives. Keep going. And let's take it to the other direction. Oh, gosh. Come on, coordination, everyone. Coordination, think about it. Take it up and over. Sing the tummy across. Fabulous. One more, and then I'll stop talking to you. And we're going to sink it back into that extended child's pose again. Big toes together, sink it back. This time we're going to bring the palms of our hands together, and we're going to take the palms and the thumbs all the way over into the nape of the neck. The elbows are stretching forward. Thumbs are in the nape of the neck, and we've created our little shark fin. Head is supported. One more breath here. Fabulous. And let's gently unravel. Bring ourselves all the way up and taking over into the seated position of your choice. Legs long, legs short. My car said it was 16 degrees out there. It doesn't feel 16 degrees in here. Where is she going? Source of much irritation. We're not going there. Let's interlace the fingers. Inhale, take it up to the sky. My car is at the top. Sorry, this is being recorded, so I shouldn't swear at all, should I? That was really inappropriate. Let the hands be sort of greater. Articulate it, no. Take it all the way up. Ah, so is it out? Yeah. Thanks. That's why I did carry the boxes down. Oh. Back to breathing. We're going to be relaxed and smile and calm. We are not going to be irritated. Breathe all the way down. Fabulous. One more time. This time, as we take them up, we're going to come into a seated mind move. We're going to take the hand all the way over, reaching it over. So think about that head being loosey-goosey, thumb behind you. Fingertips reaching, but the tail feathers are grounded. So we're not forcing down to the hand on the ground, okay? We're still breathing into these ribs. We're getting great big stretch as we breathe in. As we breathe out, head is loosey-goosey. Fabulous. And then bring it all the way up. Let's take it to the other side. That's the inhale. Totally good side. Breathing all the way through. Fabulous. This time we're going to swim those arms all the way round to the front, wherever the front happens to be for us. And we're just taking that gentle sway. Heads loosey-goosey, doesn't matter if we're upright or we're flat to the floor or anywhere in between. We're just focusing on that breath in and that breath out. Fabulous. And then gently unraveling. We are going to take it. Fingertips behind us. Stretch those legs all the way out. Lift the chest to the sky. Fingertips are facing towards our toes or 3 o'clock-ish, anywhere in that range, okay? Because we're lifting the chest up, heels are pressing away, toes are flexing actively back towards us. Press down into those sit bones. Okay? This is I must improve my bust moment. Bust, boobs to the ceiling. And then tuck your chin all the way down into your chest. Let it fall there. Great. Take a deep breath in. And then as we exhale, we're just going to let the body sag forward wherever it wants to sag forward to. Taking that deep breath in. And that slow, low breath out. Deep breath in. 2 more breath cycles here. That crunching wasn't me then, that crunching was Michelle, not me. So that was good. Like a tendon. Right there. Brilliant, and bring it all the way up. We're going to take our feet slightly apart, fingertips are behind. Personally, I would say 3 o'clock to 12 o'clock, anywhere in that sort of region. Let's take the knees, gently wafting them side to side. Another wafting. We can have a bingo. Can I get to how many wafts? Brilliant. Okie dokie. From here, we're going to take it over. Coming to rest on one butt cheek, creating those 2 square stags, or we bring it into the triangles. Doesn't really matter. Hands coming in front of this thigh, knee. Remember, you can place them up onto a box, you can place them up onto a chair if you want, which pushes your body back slightly, but can make it more comfortable. Taking that gentle waft, another waft, side to side. Rest of the day. And I can spell it, W-A-F-T. Now that for me is majorly improved. Okay, from there, we're sitting up. You're going to rotate to this leg. Okay, so this is where our focus is on. So we're now looking at this leg, not that one, this leg. Okay. And if you can, get your fingers in front. Now they might not want to go because it's quite a big stretch. So just bring your fingers back and keep them back here if that feels sufficient. Fabulous. And then take it back to this side. That's another waft we're doing. Michelle's entered into the game, that's okay. And let's bring it down to lying down. So we're going to lie down in line with this top leg. Okay, so we're going sideways, either onto keeping our arm on the ground, hand on the ground, bring it down onto our forearm, or take it all the way down to the floor. Just play around, find what feels good for you. This top hand is going all the way overhead. Now, if you're up on your forearm, equally good, or you can be up on your arm. Hand, sorry, equally good. So just find what's good for you. It's quite an intense stretch, so just play around till you find the comfy bit for you. And the comfy bit is where you can still breathe. Now, if taking the arm overhead doesn't feel great for your shoulders, then just let the body hand hang in front of the body. That deep breath in. Slow breath out. Brilliant. From here, you're going to roll onto your backs. Timber. Legs are now up in the air. And we're gently going to waft them side to side. Okay, legs are quite akimbo. It's fairly gynecological. Brilliant. And then you're going to bring the knees and heels all the way into the chest. Let's cross those ankles, grab hold of the feet, and let's rock and roll. Hurry all the way up to sitting, and let's take our stag to the other side. So first off, let's gently see how the hips go. Just noticing that one might feel tighter than the other. It might feel more comfortable to actually sit up on several cushions to do this, because this gives your hips space to move around. Brilliant. And then we're going to take it over to the other side, creating those 2 stags, 2 boxes or 2 triangles. Okay, we're going to bring those hands in front of that knee. Okay, and just have a gentle move around a rock. In, and slow breath out. seeing how it all feels. Trying to keep the feet flexed rather than just floppy, so that we've got the right angle there. Especially if your knees are not feeling too great, then the activity you can get into the feet helps, but also bring it into triangles if your knees are feeling a bit uncomfortable. Don't force yourself. Fabulous. From here, we're going to bring it up and we're going to take our attention to this top leg. Oops. Now, my body does not like rotating this way. This is not for me. I can't even get to the floor, even if I tried with long arms. So, for the rest of us, we can put our hands here. For the Michels of the world, their arms are out there, okay? So everybody's different. So our focus is over this one. And I'm sending my breath, so I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to push and strain to get there. I'm just going to breathe. Now at this point, if I was sat up on some cushions, I would be able to get my hands down there because my hips would have that sort of ability to flow that way, because gravity would also help. Brilliant. And then from here, we're going to take it down. First over that front thigh. Now, if you want to bring yourself all the way flat to the floor here, just to see how it feels, feel free, or stay up in the hands, equally good. Now, can you send that breath all the way down into your tummy still? The more we can breathe down there, the more our body will realise we're not about to get eaten by a tiger. It is safe to move. Fabulous. And then we're going to take ourselves in line down to the floor, in line with this top leg. Okay, so the hand, you can stay there if you want to. We can bring ourselves down onto our forearm or all the way down to the floor. I need to move this way slightly. Okay, hand can go all the way overhead. Or we can be up on that forearm, hand over, or hand down by side, or up on the hand. Just find what's your sweet spot that feels good for you, that you can breathe through, and that we can do our 4 low, slow breaths here. And maybe a little bit of gentle movements. We know we're not straining or forcing ourselves. If you find that you're straining or forcing, just give yourself a bit of grace, come out of it. Brilliant. Okay. And from there, with grace and a slight waft, we're going to roll onto our back. And we're going to bring those knees up all the way in. Open those knees in, back into our upper zone. Rock them all side to side. Brilliant. And then we're going to cross the ankles, grab hold of the feet. And let's rock and roll. All the way up sitting. Brilliant. Okie dokie, gang. From here, we are going to take it over. I'm going to be nice to you. You can come up to standing however you wish. I've decided that is my nice thought of the day. Coming up to standing however you so wish. Let me place that up there. And that will be a little easier. Okie dokie. We are going to come first off into our mountain pose. So think about the loop in those shoulders back and down. Palms radiate forwards. And we're just going to close the eyes. So take that low, slow breath in. And that low, slow breath out. Just breathing it through. Fabulous. So we're just standing in that mountain pose and we're just breathing in and out. The eyes are closed. The body is relaxed. Fabulous. Breathe it through. If we can, let's just slow this breath all the way down. And here, let me see that gentle struggle flat. Nice crack, quite neat. So today we're going to have a play around with a moon flow, okay, which is a lovely one, and it's quite sequential, hence the word flow, but it's not too stressful or strainful. Well, it doesn't have to, I mean, if you wanted to, you could make it very stressful and straightforward, but we're not going to. We're going to do a much relaxed one. Okay, we're going to come back into our mountain space. So it's a sideways move more than anything else. So turning sideways onto your mat. I'm going to move your mat this way. So okay, so we've got room to stretch sideways. So just check out your space before we get started. And let's come into the center of our mats. We're going to loop the shoulders back and down. We're going to bring our hands together, heart center. Back those eyes closed. And then just let's focus on where our weight is over our feet. Is it over the toes, over the heels? Is it on one foot or the other? Can we recenter it over those arches? And having done this, can we then stand a little taller? Engage those legs. Engage the glutes. The shoulders slide down. Somebody pulls us up from our coat. Back of the crown of the head lengthens a little higher. Fabulous. And then from here, we're just gently going to exhale, bow the head down towards the fingers. But keeping that upward current, that upward energy flow. Breath in. And out. One more breath in. And out. From here, the next time we inhale, we're going to bring the nose back to face forward. We're going to take the palms all the way up and overhead. So we're reaching those hands high to the ceiling. Brilliant. From here, we're going to exhale, take the fingertips over to the left-hand side into a standing line move. Now think about where your weight's gone. Can you keep it equally into both feet? One of the ways to do this is if you think down to your feet and try and tear your feet apart from each other. Okay, so we activate into those feet, gives us a solid foundation that we can stretch away from. One more breath cycle here. Fabulous. And then from here, we're going to bring it back up into our mountain. Bring our hands back to heart center. We're going to exhale, bring one leg up into front march. Okay, you're going to move out to the side now. You're going to exhale, stand wide. Okay, so we're in that star position. Stretch those fingertips wide, turn the palms up to the ceiling. The knees and toes are in line. Slightly turned down. Okay, stillness or not, your choice. And then I want you to think about shoulder blades. Relax. Let them slide back down where they should be. The palms are facing the ceiling. We're taking that deep breath in and out. In. Breathe it through. One more breath cycle here. And the next time we inhale, we're taking our hands high to the sky. Palms touch. Exhale, we sink down into goddess. Hands come to heart center. And then we open them out like a book. So we're sat down on that big fat horse, pressing into the little toes. Then I want you to think about stacking those ribs back over the hip. Okay. Elbows are slightly underneath the shoulders. And the palms are just in front of the shoulders, facing forward. Brilliant. And we're still breathing. Yes. From here, we're going to inhale back to our star. And from here, we're going to turn it into triangle. So the back foot is going to go across the mat. Front toes are going to turn to the top of the mat. Both legs are straight. You're going to shift your weight back to this back hip, reaching for that cookie off the side of the counter. Now, if you're feeling twinges in this knee, I want you to press into that little toe and that big toe. Activate the whole leg. Okay, from here, you're just going to let one hand fall down, one hand rise up. Okay, hand can stay on the shoulder, or it's going to stay on the waist, or you can take it up in the air, your choice. Now press those tail feathers away from the head. Fabulous. From here, we're going to rotate that hand down to join its friend. We're going to pivot on that back foot, step it in a little bit, and then place it so both toes are now facing forward. Both legs are straight, okay, and you're sending those tail feathers back. Hands can come to the top of that front thigh, small of the back, and we're coming into that pyramid position. If you want to, you can bring those fingertips down to the floor, but try and keep that spine straight so we're not collapsing. Both legs are straight and we're trying to suck the feet together. Brilliant. From there, we're going to take our hands into the center, pivot on both feet. Just walk both feet together. So we're in that forward fold, supporting ourselves now onto our forearms and our thighs, making a gentle sway. Or our hands can be all the way down to the floor, gentle sway. Do what feels good for you. Inhale, that's that flat back position. Okay, body is now parallel to the floor. We're going to pivot. Okay, so we're going to turn to face the top of our mat. Okay, our legs will naturally break apart. Okay, you're just going to step the back foot back slightly further. So you've got one foot in front of the other. We're back in that pyramid position. Press the tail feathers back. Body's parallel to the floor. Hands can be top of that front thigh. Small of the back, or down to the ground, but keep that back straight, whatever you do. Press those tail feathers away. And everybody's breathing, aren't we? Breathing's good. Fabulous. From here, we're going to lift the body up. We're going to turn that back foot across the mat. We're going to inch that front foot forward ever so slightly, or maybe not at all. And we're going to come into that triangle, pressing those tail feathers back. So we're going the opposite direction than we went before. Hands reach for that cookie. Okay, we'll let the hand drop. Hand can go up in the air, and stay on the shoulder, or on the waist, your choice. But I want you to think about pressing into the little toe of the foot in front. Okay, so we're not rolling that leg in, we're actively using all sides of that muscle. And think about that top shoulder not rolling forward, so stacking it. If you bring your fingertips forward, Michelle.
Which ones? Those ones?
Yeah, towards the curtains in front of you. That way. Yeah, now take your shoulder back.
Yeah.
But bring your fingertips forward, i.e. unlock your elbow. Fabulous. And from there, we're going to inhale, bring ourselves all the way up, take it back into that star position. Before we inhale, again, take our hands high, exhale, sink down into goddess. Think about shoulders sliding down, melting chocolate bars sliding down your spine. Palms are facing forward. Stillness or a wiggle, your choice. Sat on that big fat horse. Can you sink your tail feathers any lower? inhale out to our star. Palms are going to face the ceiling, softening the elbows slightly. Lifting up through the crown of the head. And we have our 4 breath cycles here. Fabulous. From there, we're going to inhale, bring the hands high. Walk the feet together. Okay, so they're now parallel, hip width. We're going to take our standing line to the other side. So we're going to take the fingertips over, okay, to the opposite direction that we went before. We're going to try and tear our feet apart, okay? To give ourselves a strong base. Arms are reaching over. Or if you want, you can just keep your hands on your shoulders, hands on your waist if it's not happy for your arms to be over. Breathe it through. And inhale, bring ourselves all the way up into our mountain. Exhale, palms together, hands sink all the way down to heart center. Brilliant. From there, we're going to exhale. Deep breath in. And again, as we exhale, let that head hang down into the fingers, curl our chin into the chest. So we feel that stretch all the way up our spine. Gently bring our feet to face forward, let the hands flop. Let's take that shoulder flap, take all that tension out. Brilliant. From here, we are going to take ourselves to one end of our mat. Little full chair, so we're going to work our way down. We're going to take that deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to take that forward fold. Hands come down. So we don't have to make this funny sounds. Hands come to the floor. Brilliant. From here, we're going to walk ourselves forward into that downward dog. Okay, triangle position. Thinking tail feathers up. So we're not sinking down, we're consciously lifting up. Brilliant. From here, we're going to bring our knees forward and down to the ground. We're back in our tabletop. Have a gentle wag of the tail side to side. Brilliant. From here, we're going to take it into extended table. We're going to take the left leg all the way out behind, lifting it up if you want to, not if you don't. Keeping that engagement. Fabulous. Before we exhale, curl that knee into the chest, place that foot all the way forward. And then from here, we're going to inhale, rise up, and take up proposal, taking the hand all the way over. Brilliant. One more breath here. And we're going to exhale, let the fingers down, shoot the knees back together. Breathe, gentle wag of the tail, side to side. And then we're going to extend the other leg all the way out, long extended table. Foot lifted or foot to the floor, your choice. Then from here, we're going to exhale, bring that knee all the way into the chest, stack that foot down. Brilliant. We'll move around, check it feels okay before we inhale and rise. Take it into that proposal. Remember, you can pad underneath that knee. You can listen to Michelle's knees cracked. Hers not mine this time. Remember, the arm doesn't have to go over it. Just the incline of the shoulders can be enough if your arm does not feel comfortable. Brilliant. From here, we're going to exhale, let those fingers rain down. Bring those knees back down together. And we're going to take it into extended child pose, bring the big toes together, send those toe points back. Head is supported on the floor. And we take that low, slow breath in. That low, slow breath out. Bringing the focus purely back to the breath now. And from here, we're gently going to slither all the way forward. Oh, lots on these. Brilliant. Take a slither forward. Remember, you can place a cushion under your tummy if it doesn't feel good for your back to be laying down in this direction. To help release that back, we're just going to bring those heels up towards our bottom. So we'll waft around. Another waft there. Think about as you're doing it, that breath coming down into your tummy. And then just have an awareness of whether you're lifting your hips off the floor or whether we can engage those hips down into the ground. And those hip flexors, just let them lengthen a little. Here. And then his feet slide all the way down to the ground. We're going to take another baby sphinx. So stretching the arms out into that Y, anchoring the bottom part of our knickers down into the ground before we exhale. Slide those elbows in, or bring ourselves up into cobra if you want. But think about the bottom part of those knickers pressed into the ground. The glutes are engaged, the toes are stretching away. There's no force up through the arms. The head is loosey-goosey wherever you happen to be. And send that breath low and slow. Fabulous. Release yourself all the way down. And from here, we're going to take a gentle roll over, all the way over onto our back. Coming to light all the way down on your back. Line you on just for a moment. Just take a gentle inhale, reach the big tips long. Overhead, the toes long. As you exhale, we're going to curl those knees into the chest. Easy. And to walk side to side. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And take the feet to the floor one at a time. Let's take our supine twist, taking your arms into that cactus T, or I surrender. Bringing the ankles and the knees together so the hips go over as a unit. We're going to take the knees over to the left, onto a stack of cushions, whatever works for you. And once the knees are wherever they're comfortable, then we're going to turn the ear down in the opposite direction. And can you breathe? That breath going. Yes. And then from here, we're going to exhale, press those feet down into the ground, bring the knees up towards the ceiling. And straighten that spine again by curling the knees all the way into the chest. Just really exhale, release those feet down to the floor. Taking your heart into that cactus teeth. Okay, we're going to take the knees and ankles together, and then we're going to take the knees over to the opposite direction as one unit. And they can rest on cushions, blocks, whatever you have. Once they are wherever they are, I'm going to turn the head ear to the ground. As we breathe in, and as we breathe out. My roots. And from here, exhaling, pressing into those feet, bring the knees all the way up. And here we're going to take it down into Savasana. So the legs long, looking down on the side. And just think, before you get settled here, is it more comfortable if you put cushions underneath your thighs? Is it more comfortable if you put cushions underneath your back? Supporting your head, your back. Just take a moment to find that position of ease. Then once we're there, we're going to return this focus down to the breath. We're going to take it through our pyramid breath. We're going to breathe in through the nose for the count of 6. And we're going to hold. And breathe out. Breathe in. And hold. And out. Taking a breath in. And hold. And out. And in. Hold. And out. In. Hold. And out. And in. And hold. And out. In. And hold. And out. In. And hold. And out. return to its regular rhythm. A slow breath in. And a slower breath out. And then in your own time, gently slide those heels up towards the bottom. And then roll onto our right hand sides. And press ourselves forward up. Just as we taking your time and then find your easy seated position of your choice. Legs out long, common cushion, legs crossed. And it tickles your fancy. If you happen to have crossed your legs, I'm not going to say cross in the other direction, just because I'm leaning on it. And let's in slow, fingers inhale. Look up to the sky. Exhale. Pull it right down. And again, let's inhale. Exhale, it right all the way down. And namaste, guys. Thank you. Have a lovely rest of the day, and I will see some of you later on, some of you tomorrow for absolution, some of you Saturday, and some of you next week sometime. Take care, guys. Bye.